This project is supported in part by the National Endowments for the Arts and the grant from the Tamarack Foundation for the Arts. Welcome to Athena Stained Glass. My name is Stella Athena and I will be your instructor.
Before you can do stained glass, you're going to need some tools. Let me go over some of the tools that you'll need, and I'll post a list and resources where you can find these. You'll need a framer square, a pencil with an eraser, pattern shears.
These are not your typical household shears and shouldn't be used as such. They are designed specifically for the foil technique of doing stained glass. It has foil, not lead, stamped in the handle. They have a channel in the lower jaw that removes the amount of material from your pattern that is equal to the thickness of a double layer of copper foil. They save you from having to grind so much and contribute to a better overall outcome.
A cutter with an oil reservoir, and I recommend that you use something like a high viscosity oil as used in pneumatic tools. I'm using a PB blaster, and I just fill the reservoir with oil and replace the cap. And when I'm not using it, I store it in a container with a sponge or paper towel on the bottom with some high viscosity oil to keep the cutter head lubricated. You'll also need 2 Sharpies, fine tip preferably. You'll need a black for marking on light colored glass and a silver or gold when marking on dark colored glass. You'll also need a pair of Grozing pliers. These are not your everyday household pliers. They have a curved underjaw and serrated teeth that help you in shaping your glass and breaking your glass. It's basically you use these instead of your fingers to grasp hold. I'll go over how you use each of these tools, but this is just a list to get you prepared. These are line breakers. These are used for breaking straight lines in glass. You'll need an old designated paintbrush just for cleaning off your work surface. You'll need a soldering iron. This is a Weller 100, and a soldering stand. You always want to have a stand and always return your iron to the stand when you're not using it. You'll also need a grinder. I'll talk to you more in depth about each of these tools as we use them, but this is a list of the things that you'll need as far as tools are concerned. You might also need a little pair of nips to cut wire and maybe some 14 gauge copper wire for making jump hoops, and I'll show you how to do that. That's a list of the tools. In order to do stained glass, you'll also need some supplies besides your stained glass. You'll need Flux, which comes in a liquid or a paste, and you'll need a little brush to apply those. It's just, you can use an artist's brush, or this is a regular Flux brush. You'll also need some solder. This is 60-40. It's 60% tin, 40% lead. It also comes in lead-free, and these are optional patinas. It comes in a copper or a black, and that's used to turn your solder seams a copper or a black color. You'll also need some copper foil. Copper foil comes in different widths. This is a 1/2 inch, and it comes in different thicknesses. This is a 1.25 mil. This is a 7/32. I use this on most projects that I do, and this is also a 1.25 mil. It also comes in an 1/8 inch in varying mils, and this is also 1.25 mil, which I recommend. Copper foils come with different colored backing. It comes in a black back, a silver back, and a copper back. Most of the time I just use a copper back, but it also comes in silver back, and the reason it comes in different colors is because of the patina that you use. If you're working with clear glass, the back of the foil will show through. So if you're going to use copper patina, then you can use a black back, or I'm sorry, a copper back for that. If you're using a black patina to turn your solder seams, then you're going to want to use a foil with a black back if you're using a very translucent glass. If you're using an opaque or dark translucent or cathedral glass, then it's not going to matter. I use the 1/8 inch copper foil for very thin glass or very small pieces. so that I can maintain the detail for those. Like I said, the 7/32 mil is sufficient for most projects. I use a dispenser to make it easier to manage this. You can see that it comes loose and unraveled. But if you're not using a dispenser, when you're finished using your solder, you need to roll it back up, peel back the backing just a little, and tape it back on itself.